So I'm here in front of a representation of Gigantopithecus blackie, and this is a big boy. Okay, so I'm 5'10", I weigh 265, and this guy bending over kind of dwarfs me. So, his arm is at least twice the reach of mine. Me standing and him bent over being a quadruped, not a biped, his shoulder is at my head height. So if this guy was to rear up, he would be the better part of 12 foot tall. And if there was a natural reason for Bigfoot or an actual creature, it would be a descendant of this. Now, I personally don't believe that the Bigfoot sightings are this creature, but a lot of people do. And if it is an actual animal, it's a descendant of this or something like it. I don't think that's what we're dealing with here. Now, if you look at a guy that's doing a whole lot of work on people that go missing in national parks, it's called Missing 411. Interesting books. He's gotten 3 of them out now. He makes the talk show circuits on the late night shows that talk about, strange stuff like, Ground Zero and George Knapp and program, all the late night kind of strange stuff. And all the other channels, that have the mountain monsters and all that. They think it's this. But the Missing 411 guy really covers a lot of people go missing in national parks. And national parks are the most natural place to go missing. Think about it. There's no cell phone coverage. You're going away from people. A lot of the missing kids are just right next to their families, while they're like, Yosemite loses a lot of people. And they never close the case, so you can't really get Freedom of Information Acts on them. But over 200,000 people a year go missing and are never found. Now, some of those fall into crevasses and whatnot, but some of them are used for ritual sacrifices. As a matter of fact, thousands of them are. And as the child pedophilia rings coming out with Epstein Island and all that, it's coming apparent that they use them for what I've been saying for a long time, these child sacrifice rings. The people that run the world are generational Satanists, and they get people at these national parks, and if somebody goes missing for 3 hours, they're just hiking or something. Well, then you start panicking. It's getting near dark. You look for him, and eventually you go up to the ranger station. Well, it's the middle of the night. He's already been gone 5 hours, and they can't do anything till daylight. Well, by that time, the covens could have taken the people and moved them 3 states over. Now, sometimes they find the small children alive afterwards. If they're 5 or 6 or real small, or everything works out right, they release these kids, and these kids all say almost the same thing. They say, a big hairy dog kept me warm at night. Well, this would not be mistaken by a big hairy dog by any kids. Oh, and they say the dog talks. However, covens have a being in all their rituals, and they have these different ritual masks. Krampus, and you know him in
here is some information.
You know him in myth as the Dark Claws. However, there's also a person used in the Krampus legend and in satanic cults that looks pretty much like a wolf, and he's mistaken by these kids as a giant talking dog, when in fact he's just a man in a suit that's playing his role in a mythic play for these guys. So here's the Krampus, legend come to life. And here's a picture of the Krampus. Now, some of them don't have horns on, and that's the ones that they're mistaking for a Bigfoot. So anyway, that's my take on the Bigfoot legend. If it is a natural animal, it's relative of Gigantopithecus blackie, and he's a big boy, as you can tell. Thank you, I'm out.